Hello everyone, my name is Dan Grover. I'm the sitting president of the Cemetery Board of Trustees. I would like to, on behalf of the Cemetery Trustees, thank you for coming and joining us today for the dedication of our new cemetery centerpiece, the James Conway Reflection Pool. I would also like to thank Jim Cahill and his staff for the excellent job that they do, not only providing us one but three sources of pride for the city. They do an impeccable job keeping our cemeteries clean and presentable and welcoming for everyone. And with that, thank you again, and I'd like to introduce Jim Cahill, our cemetery superintendent.
Good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone to this special dedication of the Mayor James S. Conway Reflection Pool. Mayor, I remember delivering pamphlets as a kid with the Teal Boys, and after a day's hard work, we would go back to your house on Gilbert Street, where your lovely wife Ann would always have sandwiches made for us. The only problem we had was trying to keep Jack Teal away from the beer in the refrigerator you had down there. I always wanted to do something with this fountain that was dedicated to the city by James Eaton 100 years ago. So while in construction, Jim Tuxbury came along and said, boy, he says, this would be a great idea to name it after Mayor Conway. And he was going back and forth, and then he said, how about Mayor Conway Reflection Pool? So it went like that. We talked to the trustees, we talked to the mayor, and everybody was 100% behind it. So here we are today, and I'd like to thank some of the people that helped me put this together. John DeSantis from the water department. It was John's idea when we brought in this 10-foot concrete pool before it was all done. And Chris Roser and I looked at each other and we said, oh boy, we're in trouble now. But it worked out fine, so thank you, John. Ricky Hoffman from JP Hoffman Plumbing and Heating. When we do turn on the pool, before Mayor Conway speaks, you'll see that the top, where the water comes out, Ricky did about 20 different heads on that. He was here every day trying this, trying that, trying this, so thank you, Ricky. And then Chris Rosa from Alpine Landscape. Chris, your expertise in the field is second to none. What you've done here it will be a centerpiece for the cemetery for well after we're all gone. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You did a wonderful job. And then, last but not least, my guys who I respect and appreciate their dedication to the Forestdale Cemetery every day they work. They're the best crew anybody could ever want. So now, without further ado, I would like to introduce Mayor Gary Christensen.
Good morning and welcome as we gather here today to dedicate this aptly named memorial for Mayor James Conway. First, thank you to Director Jim Cahill and the Cemetery Board of Trustees for allowing us this opportunity and for making this possible. I believe they deserve a big round of applause. I'm also not alone in how I believe we all feel here today. I would like to acknowledge State Senator Jason Lewis. We also have Representative Paul Brodeur. Our former State Representative Chris Fallon. Mayor Richard Howard. From the City Council, we have Ward 1 City Councilor and Council President Peg Crow. Representing Ward 2, Paul Condon. Representing Ward 5, Barbara Murphy. Councilor-at-Large Craig Spadafora. Councilor-at-Large Debbie DiMaria. And I know we have two of their friends and big supporters over the years, former Councilor Neil Kinnan and former Councilor Jim Nestor. From the school committee, we have Jerry Leone, representing Ward 6. And I do want to acknowledge our police chief off to my left, Kevin Molis. I often feel that we spend so much time looking toward our future without reflecting on our past. And that's why I am honored to be here with you so we can acknowledge and thank Mayor Conway for all that he has done for Malden. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" Jim Conway's nearly 60 years of public service has, without a doubt, answered that question. Through his many roles, whether as state representative, Malden School Committee member, city councilor, executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, chair of the licensing board, or in his 12 years as mayor, Jim has dedicated himself to our city and has lived a life of tireless community service. As our city's 32nd and 34th mayor, and maybe 38th the way I'm going, he was known for his thoughtful, respectful, and compassionate style of leadership. Jim demonstrates those same qualities on the licensing board, where he has served for nearly 20 years. Throughout the years, his focus and goals have always remained the same: to help people and improve Malden. Our motto here is strong past, proud future, and this dedication not only allows us to reflect on the past, but it will also serve to remind future generations of an individual who contributed to making us proud community we are today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce Mayor James Conway.
And at this time, we're going to actually have the fountain work. Come on up, man.
My God, I'm overwhelmed. I hope I get through this. We're going to change that, though. I've got a little story to tell you before I leave. I got a good idea. But honestly, I was just astounded. And Jim Cahill and my good friend Jim Tuxby called. I thought they were kidding because they're always teasing me. I thought they were kidding me and saying they're going to honor me with this dedication because, as the mayor said, I'm sure all the other politicians that are here today feel the same way. We don't look for anything for ourselves. It's just we like to give, not receive, and that's how I feel. I'm just so honored with this dedication this morning because this place is very special to me. I lived a few blocks away in Gilbert Street, and I walked through these roads, backyards over here, and back and forth for years. I used to run. I can't run now, but I still come here to visit my family. My dad and mom were buried here 60 years ago. My wife Ann's here, my brother Frank's here. All my in-laws are here, the Woodrolls. And it's just so special that I get this tremendous honor. And let me say that I have so many people to thank. And I'm not going to take a long time because people know I don't speak for a long while, but I have to thank the people of Malden who voted me in office for all those years. And also for those people who appointed me to different positions so I made that 60 years mayor. And especially the Chamber of Commerce and the Fuel Assistance Program for the state. And more than anything, my good friend and neighbor for years, Richie Howard, appointed me in 1998 to the license board for a term or 2. And I thank you, Mayor, for keeping me young by reappointing me. And I just enjoyed it just so much. And I'm especially thankful that my wonderful family's here today. I won't introduce them all to you because I'll miss somebody and I'll get heck about that. I'm so glad they're here today, and so many friends. I'm overwhelmed. I don't deserve this, honestly, but I just appreciate it so much. So God bless you all. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, everybody that's helped me all these years to serve the city of Malden, the people I love, and especially this cemetery. I'm so proud of Jim Cahill, and I don't know if Michelle's still with you, Jim. I wasn't sure. And Michelle, the great job they did, and the Board of Trustees, and especially the men that work here. You don't see young men that come through here often, laying down or sitting down. They're always working. I'm so proud of the great job you do for our people. So God bless you all for being here this morning, and from the bottom of my heart, I'll forever remember each and every one of you. But I do want to leave you with two little stories. One is, as I said, we're going to make a little change here. My good friend Bob Selby is here from Cappy's Liquor. We've been friends for years and years. I'm going to talk to Bob. I'm going to talk to Bob next week and see if I can get his architect, his engineers to come up and see if we convert that somehow so we can have a nice champagne fountain. So that when you come here, you can really enjoy yourself. Have a drink on Jim. And lastly, I have to tell you so many stories that I had, I could tell about the cemetery, but I got to tell you this one special story. I still laugh about it. It's humorous, and yet it's sad. My dear wife Ann passed away in the year 2003 in October, and at that time Jim said, we can't get the stone in, Jim, until he says until the spring. So I said, that's fine, that'll be great. So we waited for the spring, and Jim put the base in, they put the monument up, and I came down and it was beautiful. I called my son Stephen up and I said, Stephen, I don't have a green thumb, you know me. I can't even bang a nail straight in the house. Your mother had to do all those things around the house. I'm not very handy, so you come down and put some nice, beautiful flowers for your mother. And he did, and he called me up. He said, Dad, I just finished, come on down and see them. And I drove down, and oh, there was beautiful, beautiful row of flowers. And I walked behind the stone. I said, did you put a little grass behind me? He says, oh yeah. And I said, well, what's that thing there? Is that a weed? He says, no, that's a tomato plant. I said, it's a tomato plant. I said, kale in his workers, I'll let that stay. I said, that's going to go. I said, but I won't hurt your feelings. Oh, he said, your mom liked tomatoes, so I wanted to have a tomato plant for her. So time went by, and I was here one morning. I had an early meeting in the office at 8 o'clock. And I came down here to say a prayer for my lovely wife, and also to visit my mother and father, which is all down by the Main Street gate. And it was a very dark and cold day. It was about 7 o'clock, and I said my prayer, and I started to walk over to my dad and my mother's grave. And I heard this humming sound. I said, my God, go wacky or what? The angels up there singing to Ann and my brother Frank? I said, no, it wasn't my brother Frank. Excuse me, Frank wasn't gone there. But anyhow, as I walked a little further, it got louder. And all of a sudden it stopped. And I said, my God, what's going on? No car here, nobody's visiting. I'm the only one here. What's going on? And all of a sudden I heard a deep voice say, hey, Pops, come on over and enjoy breakfast with me. And I said, what the heck is this? So I walked through one stone and into the other, and here was this old homeless man, God bless him, laying on the grave with a pint of whiskey in one hand and my wife's tomato in the other. And I said, God bless you, Ann. It's good to help the people. Thank you very much, man.